Mario decided to destroy the mountain because he was so bored of seeing Yoshi's Island without a change. But he encountered a hidden place. Huh. Okay, we have plot here. I like it so far. Dead Mountain House. Oh, never mind, I don't see. Yeah, there was so much free space to put another house, but it looks like a 104 copy-pasted blatant level. It doesn't matter. Oh, pfft. The timing. Almost canceled that out. Oh, hello, people. What's up, Blue Ribbon? How you doing? Just playing OLDC levels and chilling out. And trying to deal with my jet lag. We'll see if I'm eventually success. You are in the hack, it's true. Thank you for the raid. How was the stream? I saw you were playing some Bowser fight and then some Bubsy. Didn't quite catch it, just saw the thumbnail. And I was like, yes, Bubsy. It sure is a thing. I do think the best Bubsy game is Bubsy Visits the James Turrell installation, but it's a very different kind of game. What's up, Crystal the Cat Lady? Oh, just give it a stretch. Alright, let us move on a bit. But yeah, we're just playing some of the QLDC levels. It's always interesting what people can actually accomplish with the vanilla of ROM and a little bit of lunar magic. Just a little bit. Very bubs. The playlist is so tricky that the plumber decided to break SMW rules and build a life farm because he's too lazy to win lives legally. Let's see, is this one? Yeah. Well, that was convenient. Apparently this breaks things. Huh. I'm a fan. That's a decent kind of life farm. Can I get out of here? The other guy makes the silly balloon dog sculptures? No! James Turrell mostly builds, like, light sculptures that involve a lot of use of lights. I've been to, well, sculpture might be a strong word, but, like, spaces. So, like, his big thing is sort of these rooms that are open to the sky and at certain times of the day have, like, calming lights played in them. I went to a place, MoMA PS1, it's an art museum in New York, like 3 or 4 times trying to see it. And every single time I went, it was closed due to things such as it was raining and there were cranes in the sky that I might have been able to see. Conveniently, there's one in Seattle that I didn't even think about because it's just the University of Washington and I didn't even think about it, but it was there and it would have been so much easier to go see. The blue coins indicate you spin jump or what to do. Hold up. The blue coins indicate you spin jump or what to do for find the solutions of those next puzzles ahead. Okay. Needed to read that carefully. Yeah, I've seen the balloon dog sculptures. I'm not a huge fan, but like I get why people might enjoy those. I want to say last time I went to MoMA, they had one on display. But I don't actually know who does that. They're also surprisingly expensive and incredibly fragile. I vaguely remember an article from probably a few years back about someone who bumped into one and broke one in an art gallery. It was not the thing. Come on. Come on, Charlie. But yeah, the James Turrell installation is actually pretty funny. It starts out as a 3D Bubsy game, and then you have to... Oh, there we go. And then you end up doing a lot of weird things and destroying an Applebee's. It makes sense in context, but it is such a very odd game, and it's a very art game. Is that the order? That was the order. In retrospect, I shouldn't have killed them all. But yeah, it was a free game made by, like, the Art Collective? I forget. They did a couple other ones, like the Sonic Dreams thing. But they weren't, they didn't produce a lot of stuff, and they haven't done anything in a long time. And the Sonic's Dream Collective was something like found footage of Sonic games that don't really exist. And were weird. Like, I really wish I could say something smarter about it, but that's literally all I know about that one. I want to say they made Zenith? I don't know. Maybe I'm misremembering now. Wait, what? Okay, important rules of playing OLDC levels. Make sure things spawn before you try to jump on them. I feel this happens less in more heavily modified. In fact, I had not at any point in time explained what OLDC means. OLDC means Old School Level Design Contest. The basic premise is you are only allowed to use lunar magic and a limited subset of patches. So I think in this case, you can only apply the infinite life patch if you feel the need to. This hacker did not. This hacker opted for a life farm, which is also a cromulent option. But what this generally means is that you get a whole lot of levels that use either weird vanilla mechanics or are just pleasant vanilla romps. So, like the last level, there was some sort of interaction where you could only grab springs if you were ducking, and I legitimately do not understand the mechanism that allows for this. I'm sure it makes sense. I just don't know what it is. I'm gonna assume it's some sort of map 16 nonsense. I decide if I need this Charlie. I don't think I do. Let's give myself a little bit of extra time. Ah, nope, okay. Mole. In retrospect, I should have moved a little bit faster. Okay, I'm also taking requests for numbers. Mostly people just request their own number or levels that they saw other people play they thought were cool. Which is fine. It's one of those things, I built the request system and then I haven't used it all that much, like 5 times since I built it. It required a fairly hefty investment of time and effort. Really not that bad, just a matter of dealing with certain Twitch things. Good enough. Except, I think if he's alive... Oh, there's the Rex, okay. I almost made it through, unscathed. Okay, important things to note. You needed to have the block on screen in order for it to get kicked. Oh, did I wall clip? I thought I just messed up the jump. I was looking at something earlier and thinking, one of the earlier levels, and thought, do I need to wall clip right here? Is that what the game is asking me to do? It was not what the game was asking me to do. It just required being a little bit smarter. It does remind me, at some point in the near future, I need to finish my QLDC playlist by actually finishing Myth of Mana. No, I was way late. Wait. Oh, I could have just respawned him. The truest test. It's one of those, like, class of hacks that I don't think I'll ever get into is the Kuso tech hacks. Those are fascinating and terrible. Terrifying. When I mean terrible, I mean like, what's his name? The Terrible. Ivan the Terrible. He was pretty good at what he did. The problem is what he did was pretty awful. But he was really good at it. So, you know. That's how you end up with a moniker like that. Yeah, going between the two was silly. I don't know why I did that. Gotta be prepared for the auto molar. I despawned them all. Say that now? I'm pretty sure I said that now, and I'll say it then, and I'll say it later too. Bye, Charlie. I don't know why it reminded me of this. I think it was a stream or so ago. Mentioned Charlie the Unicorn. Apparently he's had his kidneys stolen. And I was thinking about that for a moment and realized I still have my kidney beans. When Microsoft did Intern Puzzle Day one year, the theme was Urban Legends. And the goal, ostensibly, was to get Dean Bean's kidneys back, because he had lost them in an ice bath. He'd woken up in an ice bath and was wondering where they went. And of course, the kidneys were represented by, for the case of the winner, the kidneys were represented by like a giant Costco-sized tin of kidney beans. For all the teams that came later, they got much smaller tins of kidney beans, and I still have mine. And I think it might be a good idea to get rid of it, because I think it's like 20 years old now. If you have goods that can vote, you probably should throw them out. Because the worst thing that could happen is if it just like randomly exploded and made put rancid botulism bean juice everywhere. I don't know why I've held on to it for so long. Not much of a trophy. I think the team came in 7th, and I wasn't hugely involved in that. I was still a noob at puzzles, but it was fun. Microsoft Intern Puzzle Day had a very low difficulty bar for puzzles, so you could do a fair number of them. That's not the worst thing that could happen. Okay, I guess that's true. It could instead explode and send shrapnel everywhere. That would technically be worse. That would be much worse. But it would still be bad regardless. The can exploding in any way, shape, or form would be bad. Yep. What? What? You didn't spawn! Well, I need the mole anyway. Sprite slots are neat. That is true. That is true. Got like a really dumb song stuck in my head. Oh, what else? Oh! I need to be paying attention! That's the problem, is like, if you're playing a good Kaizo-esque level, and this is a little Kaizo-esque, it's not like Kaizo, but like, there's clearly a path you're supposed to take. You can kind of go on autopilot where you're not even looking at the screen in the right way. You're like, oh, I know what I'm doing. I'm spinning here. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. Like, you get into the movements as opposed to the actual thought. And then you miss the forest, or you miss the trees for the forest, really. You be careful there. We have a few scenarios where a nearly exploding can of 20-year-old kidney beans can be used in cooking. Would be used in cooking by someone inexperienced. Ah, yes. That's unlikely to occur, given where the beans presently are residing. I'd take a picture, but my kitchen's kind of a mess. Kazoo, 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 kazoo. That could have gone much worse. Not sure why you want me to say Kaizo 10 times fast. Kaizo, 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 Kaizo. Didn't sound inappropriate. But I always feel with you, Fries, that I'm getting D's nutted. Somehow. But yeah, it's sitting over there with a bunch of other random assorted stuff, which people wouldn't probably go and try to eat from. Next, the Cat of Glory, the Bold Smooth, my Yoshi amiibo, the Mystery Hunt coin that I won, the can that contains M. Bison, because me and Squiggles had a thing for a bit where we were trying to both give each other this figurine of M. Bison. Oh, look, a Midway! Huzzah! It's the worst, they just explain make a mess, given you be eating the resulting mess. That's fair, but like I said, I think where it is, it's unlikely to be eaten, which is for the best. Okay. You know, I thought that might kill me, but it didn't. This is not an easy area to go through if you're big. Nope. But yeah, the Bold Smooth and Knuckles is also a bit of a ridiculous object that I own. There's a distillery down the way, and I actually went there Friday. Because Fiskbit wanted to see if their hand fill was any good, and I was like, yeah, it sounds like a way to go. If I'm, you know, not completely jet-lagged. And I wasn't. I actually slept really well that night and woke up at, like, 9:30 in the morning. I was better jet-lag-wise then than I am now. Okay, what am I trying to accomplish here? Okay. Come back. What? Oh, well, whatever. Ugh, I'm still a bit jet-lagged. I'm getting there. I would like to wake up at a time that is later than 7 a.m. I just don't like having that much morning in my day. It's just too weird. I'm like, what do I do with this time? And I don't know. That is not ice. I don't know how I failed it. Is that solid? No. What? I think... Nope. Wake up early to farm the land. Don't believe I have any land to farm, but you never know. But, like, I'm like, at noon, I'm like, oh, I should get up and do something. It's, you know, it's noon. I'm like, wait, I've already been up 5 hours. I could be doing things. I guess getting off vines imparts more momentum than I was expecting. Think they need the shell there? Yeah, I think you're right. Well, I was acquiring the shell. Okay. Don't know why I wanted to do that, but I did it. What? But she's very plain. The blue shell? Wait, what? I have a vague feeling, and I don't like it, that you might be correct. But also, I don't think you're right. Because I think that's a sprite killer object to the left. I don't think your lyrics are right, Fries. I don't think it's Jacob, my wife is very plain. No, Jacob, Jebediah plows? Fool. Yeah, I'm pretty sure these are natural sprite killers. Ah, with the Yoshi. Mistakes were made. Also, how you doing, Olga? Forgot to ask earlier. No, they're wrong, and you even continue to quote them. Okay. Want that there. 2015 energy. This ain't Kaizo, but it's not Kaizo actually. Because Jesus. As far as I know, the New Testament has made no ruling about Kaizo. But when it does, I'll be curious. But yeah, this definitely kind of has like a bit of a Kaizo smell to it. It would not surprise me. Okay. Oh, hey, look, a blue shell that I ignored entirely. Huh. Yeah, that scans. Yeah, see, that's a sprite killer. That's why I was thinking about that. Yellow shell to do that. Twice. That's a jump I can make. What? Ah, that answers that question easily. I have a bad habit of pressing the tongue button when I dismount my Yoshis. I was being very careful there. Okay. Yeah, I can take the Yoshi with me. There's no reason not to. And every reason, too. I don't think I need the shell. I've reached a point where I can't take the Yoshi with. It's gonna kill me? Yes. What? Well, I was running out of time anyway, but still. What? Thou shalt not make mandatory P-switch jumps. You know what? Now that I think about it, that might be somewhere in Revelations after the, I don't know. What was I going to reference in Revelations? The Whore of Babylon? Don't know that much about Revelations. Get in there. There we go. I did encounter, like, what was this? Probably years ago. Very weird art. It was very much sort of the soy jack, whatever that meme type is, but people were looking at it and be like, oh, this is interesting, without noticing or realizing that it was stuff directly from Revelations. See, I said, bad habit of tonguing when I dismount the Yoshi. Okay. Now, to the weird part that I don't fully understand yet. Like, I think I need to get hit? Because I need to be small walking through there. Like, I know that much about that, typically. Wait, maybe that wasn't the thing at all. Maybe I need to retrieve the shell. Get the Yoshi to eat it. Okay. No, I needed to kick the shell. That's all I had to do was kick the shell. Okay. But, yeah, I can come around this way. And then maybe I can pull this off. Let's see if I can cheese it. Okay. And lo and behold, I cheesed it. Lo and behold, there was anti-cheese. Oh, I'm just not very good at it, Milk Crips. This is absolutely a me problem. I learned recently that the whole artist formerly known as Prince thing had something to do with Prince's label wanting to keep rights to his name. So he was like, well, then I'm not gonna use it. Oh, crap. Nope. I broke it. How did it get over there? Yeah, I know, he never called himself that. But he called himself Love... He decided his nom de plume was love sign number 7 or something was the name of the symbol. Whereas everyone just called him the artist formerly known as Prince because the thing that he was using was not pronounceable. Somewhat recently, probably less recently than I think. Some people had rediscovered that Prince's people had sent out floppy disks with a font on them containing exactly one glyph, and that glyph was his new name. And so, yeah, I thought that was interesting at least, because, you know, that if you are part of the media, you need to be able to type this thing. So, better make it easier, otherwise they'll just call you the artist formerly known as Prince. Musket names? I don't know anything about that. Celebrities always name their kids weird shit. But who was it? Like Frank Zappa had a daughter named Moon Unit or something? Like, it's just like a thing. I'm very much a traditionalist. Just, you can't go wrong with saints' names. Those usually are okay. You can do so much worse than saints and apostles if we're talking boy names. Okay. Oh, whoops. There are multiple steps here. Kick it. Okay, cool. I did the thing. Let me think about this for a minute. Apparently, I don't understand how despawning rules work. Is there any object I could possibly bring that would solve this conundrum? Nope. Got killed in lava? Yeah, that's true. I'd want to keep the rights to his name, or they're gonna clone Prince. I think it was more about having control over his persona or something, or monetization and stuff. I legitimately do not know. It was one of those... was talking... So when I was in Tokyo... What's up, Matt? When I was in Tokyo, I was hanging out with a friend of mine. Guy I hadn't actually hung out with in a long time. We worked at the same company for a bit. A good guy. We became friends when we were working there. Nothing much. How about me? Still trying to fix my sleep schedule and ramble on about pretty much anything while playing Mario. Still not very good at Baba. Whoops. Oh, double whoops. Triple whoops. How spawning works. It's easy. Whatever you don't want to respawn, respawns. I think you do want to respawn, doesn't. That's fair. But yeah, when I was in Tokyo, I hung out with him. It was actually a lot of fun. Hadn't seen him in a long time. And, you know, sometimes you just, with some people, you pick up right where you left off. And we did. It was great. So he took me to some of his favorite spots. And He speaks perfect Japanese. He lived there for 26 years. I'm gonna be honest, I think his Japanese is better than his English. Hard to know. It was actually kind of interesting. He'd talk to his wife in a combination. In fact, his whole family's like, they would just switch between English and Japanese seamlessly. Which was somewhat mind-boggling when talking to them. Because they would switch depending upon what they want to talk about. I don't think it was like, oh no, he can't hear this so much as, it's easy to communicate this stuff in English or this stuff in Japanese. He did ask me if I thought his son had an accent. I'm like, nah, he just sounds like he's from Texas. The only thing I found that was a little bit weird is that he thinks in numbers in Japanese, which makes it a bit more complicated. But nothing bad. We'll discover the meta. I thought I was already in the meta, Bob. I'm turning levels into things. They can't have that much more puzzle content, can it? Getting careless. I'm pretty sure Baba Yaga is real. The Kaizo player. Pretty sure I met him last GDQ. And Knuckles. Balls. But anyway. Yeah, we were discussing the Prince thing. Came up and we were discussing that in terms of something else. But it was fun. Nice to have a native when you go places sometimes to at least be able to navigate better. Like, Japan is a perfectly fine place. You know, if you don't have... As long as you speak a certain amount of English, you're not going to be in any trouble. Google Maps makes things way easier than it was even 10 years ago. Like, 10 years ago, I did not want to... Or 10, 15, Jesus, time flies. I didn't want to pay for data, and so I would draw maps and write down addresses. And let me tell you, not a useful thing, a Japanese address. Nobody actually uses these things. My understanding is that the way it used to work is you would use the address to define the major parts, effectively what part of the city it was in, and maybe find the block number, and then you'd find a police box and go ask the cop where the thing actually was, because no one actually knew how to navigate. Like, if there's a rhyme or reason behind how the addresses work, I've yet to hear anyone give a good explanation. Because the block numbers and building numbers are seemingly randomly assigned. What? Which thing? Japanese addresses? Diagonal vertical looks turbo cursed. I'm not even looking at him. I wasn't even... I'll have to take a look when I catch that up. In general, the sprite is really well done. Dudu made all of the Sonic sprites. The Sonic one, the Knuckles one, and the Tails one. Did, I think, a pretty dang good job. Guess we're actually not going to have another triangle anytime soon. Okay. Take this. Throw it upwards. Get the box. Okay, let's do it again. The show. Like, what am I supposed to do? Oh, yeah, I can't. Let's see. Yeah, it looks okay. Let's see if it's bigger. Does it look worse? Oh, yeah, no, I understand why that looks cursed. That's probably... No, wait, that's his hand? That might be my fault. I think that's one of the things that's not in Graphics 32, and I've been too lazy and worried that it would break stuff if I replaced the other bits. Could respawn it? No, I couldn't respawn that. Because it got eaten by the lava, it died. It died horribly. Nope, it does not. I actually learned that recently. Because, you know, you could swim in lava, like top lava, but bottom lava, not the same deal. But it came up in Luis's level for QLDC. I thought it might be the same tile, and I think I was right. Okay. There we go. That's never gonna stop, is it? Gonna continue the whole level. Oh, good, it finally stopped. Nope. Okay. Alright, almost. Let's see if I manage to bungle it up again. Okay, drop that there. Almost making a riff to the blast beat. You know, more power to you. Okay. Did it again. At least I'm finding new and innovative ways to die. The problem with this level is that it's tedious. Yeah, there's a lot to do in a relatively short time, and I keep making the small mistakes. I don't know why I did that. Admittedly, this part's easier to do small, and usually if I'm dying, it's not due to a lack of bigness. Okay, throw it up. Run up. Okay. That. You have the time, do you have the time to listen to me whine? Okay, do that. Then we do the green shell part. Kind of surprised there isn't a red shell part. Okay. This time shall be different. Alright, now how is this gonna go? Ah, crap. I'm already dead. Oh, but why? Why after all that? And I still have to do this again? If you're going to do something that demands people do a thing that takes 2 minutes, I would greatly appreciate if you had a midway. Need sleep. Yeah, I'm not helping. Level must be completed. I mean, I think if you did this right, yeah, you could complete it in 5 minutes. Barely. What it doesn't say is you need to be able to complete it in exactly 5 minutes. It means that if you played it well, you could do it in 5 minutes. So, technically speaking, I guess that'd mean, like, if you tasked it, maybe not, like, superhuman task, but, like, finding new and innovative ways to fail. But, like, I don't think I've ever seen anything get disqualified for that specific rule. Typically, it never gets to the point of, we don't think you could finish this in 10 minutes, so much as, or 5 minutes, so much as, we, the judges, got bored. Or found it so deeply unpleasant we don't want to continue playing it. Bible verses in box. Mathis, Passion, say, "Oh Lord, please have mercy." Boop. Keep making small mistakes, but because it's a 2-minute long area, it doesn't really matter. Ah, thanks for the good luck. Sleep well, Matt. Ugh, I think I was liking this level until I got to that third section. Like, I was perfectly fine with how this kind of went, with some jank, and then suddenly cape. A lot of it's just, like, more precise than it feels like it needs to. Like, you have to do duck jumps through there if you're big. There's no other choice. You absolutely have to. Like, I've kind of reached the point with this level where it's like, I just kind of want it to be done. And I'm not playing well because of that. There we go. Like, it was fun figuring it out once, but re-executing over and over is never fun. Admittedly, it was frequently my fault that I needed to re-execute. But sometimes it wasn't. Shell velocities are a weird thing, right? Because you don't really think too much about it, but you can kick shells at different speeds. Well, no, even if I did, I'm still toast. Okay, this time. We'll lock in, or something. Koopas can kick at him at different velocities. Oh, that's true. But especially for, like, things like this, you don't want it such that people are kicking shells at different velocities. Like, there was no reason for there to be a Sprite Eater where that was. I don't think. Okay. You know what this reminds me of? It reminds me of Ninja Warrior, right? The first section of Ninja Warrior is heavily timed. You have to do everything in a relatively short amount of time and eventually climb to the top of the thing and hit the button. But then there's one of the later rounds, I forget if it's the second or third, where it becomes a precision thing. Like, you're given all the time in the world you need, but you have to do it and complete it without falling. Except this one has an awful lot of careful precision things, it just also has a kind of tight timer. Mostly I just wanted to think about Ninja Warrior for a minute, because I like Ninja Warrior. It's a fun show. It's aiming for the middle. I think they're still doing it. For a while, there was a guy who was one of the few people to actually complete Ninja Warrior. Yep. Basically, at this point, if it can go wrong, I have done it wrong. Like, it's not often you die in one of those. You just need to aim for the middle, but I didn't aim for the middle enough. Just... Anyway. One of the guys to actually complete Ninja Warrior, and he did it multiple times, was a gas station attendant. Like, that was his major job, and in his off time, he would train for Ninja Warrior by, like, building set pieces in his backyard. And, yeah, stuff like that. Like, he actually had an apprentice, like a girl. He was teaching how to do well. It's a very Eligarian thing, Ninja Warrior, because I think basically everyone competes on the same playing field. Most people don't do very well. It's a hard thing. Out. Okay, like, there was no reason for those to be sprite killers right there. I guess there was, because you didn't want people to not just to dodge the trick. Still annoying. I'm not sure what to do with that. Alright, I have 150 seconds left. No, I jumped early. The problem is, the more annoyed I get, the worse I play. I just need to relax. Oh, I definitely didn't. How you doing, Karasi? No, the next part's like a flying section. I think it's supposed to be sort of like a victory lap, but I've only gotten there once. Alright. Nice. I've been in this area far too long. Like, it was fun when I was doing the puzzle-solving part, but now it's just execute the precise things. Needed to duck there, and I didn't. It's just starting to bug me. Okay. Did that. The shell down. Get back on the Yoshi for no apparent reason. You know, I almost ate the Goomba. That would have been very annoying. Oh, I need a new topic. How much I can talk about Ninja Warrior? It's been a while since I've watched it. Really enjoyed while it was a thing. Most Extreme Elimination Challenge, which was Takashi's challenge, or Takashi's Castle. Except they just didn't bother to keep any of the stuff. Like, I've seen 1 or 2 actual episodes, and it's actually quite decent. I think I've seen the original pilot episode where he's explaining all of the various castle guard parts work. There we go. Alright. No, I needed to jump, and I didn't jump, and I hate everything. I doubt anyone's died on that muncher, at least. No, apparently they rebooted it at some point, but I don't think it's on anything I can find. But most Extreme Elimination Challenge basically was like, let's take the best wipeout parts of this. It's too bad, yeah, there's been exactly 1, and the first section was much shorter and had a better flow. Like, the first section was all about kind of speed. And this section is just about this. Like, a checkpoint at that door would have been really nice. Okay, there we go. Okay, shoot that out. Jump up here. Get the shell. Bonk him twice, because it's jank. Wait for him to wake up. Like, I feel like if this was under a tight timer and wasn't, like, where the timer was your primary enemy, this would be a really fun concept. But but that's not what the level we're playing. Like, it's also just here, precision or death. Oh, right, I gotta hit this block first. Okay. We get another shot at it. Got a topic. It's similar to Ninja Warrior. I mean, how many times can I make that one? Oh, a different one. The Ultimate Bonzuke? Yeah, no, I actually enjoyed that one, too. There was someone who was streaming that on Twitch. There we go. Okay, now what? Proof to have that I have the cape multiple times over. But yeah, the difference between... Oh, look! There's a checkpoint. Finally, there's a checkpoint. For a Wendy fight. Okay. That's irritating. Watched all the time as a kid. I didn't even realize that was on like actual public TV. But yeah, I appreciate like how those had more very specific challenges, like the bicycle thing where you basically had to ride a bicycle across a giant obstacle. Oh, I only have 50 seconds. My brilliant strategy may not be so brilliant right now. Especially if I miss Wendy's when they're right there. Okay. Unicycle, yes. There we go. At least I one-shot the boss. Yeah, that level was a lot. I really think, even with the boss, I would have liked it if the checkpoint had been in the... Would have been in the room with the cape. I would have liked that, I think. Oh. Unicycle, yeah. And also they had the bit where, like, they have this I don't know what it is. It's a Dharma thing, I think. But basically, you know, there's 6-ish circular discs, and you get a hammer, and your goal is to take each one out at the bottom using the hammer and get the head of the thing all the way to the bottom. It's a really fun little game. I have the toy equivalent, but theirs was actually like real life sized, and it was really cool. Anyway, yeah, that level was really long, and the second half I don't think was near as fun as the first. Like, I just don't know. It ended up bugging me. It's nice the mountain's gone. I like the fact the mountain's gone on the world map here. But like ultimately, I felt that was just way too long and finicky and irritating. Like there's some spots where just like and there's no second chances thanks to the lava eating things. But whatever. It's done. I beat it. My wrist hurts.